konnichiwa, ¿cómo estás?
Bonjour.
Aloha. What else do we
Bonjour.
know? Bonjour. That's all I know.
Sup, fool?
That's awful. Don't do that. Well, that's Pastor Hobby.
What's
and
that?
I'm Pastor Erica.
Sup, fool?
I hate that word.
Fool.
The passion.
Did you ever listen to the Fooshnickens?
I have no idea who that is.
Seriously?
Yeah, let's welcome our people that are joining us
Welcome,
right now. Welcome, everybody. I think it's rude that you look down on your phone. I think you should be ready and prepared when we're on the live. Because you know, you leave me to talk while you get to finish.
That's why we're a
No,
team.
you're tagging people.
I was already done tagging.
That's you're cheating
I tagged before
yet
we
again.
started.
That's not an appropriate look for you
As
as a
soon
pastor.
as we go live.
It's not appropriate.
As soon as we go live.
Not appropriate.
As soon as we go live. I want to figure out and get to the bottom of why you get the puffy mic
Because
today and I
am
don't.
Karen and Daniel's favorite, so that's what it is.
That's a
okay?
puffy mic.
It's awesome.
You like it? Looks like your microphone has an afro.
I thought the same thing. I was trying to figure
I
it
love
out.
afros. If I could grow one, I'd have
love
one.
it.
So it could hide all the
That's so
sweat in my
cool.
head.
Yeah, I know.
I would do that, yeah.
Poor
I could
hubby.
never hide that. Everyone else that has hair. And then me, people always ask me,
And you got like
especially
this
kids.
really awesome beard, though. No
Yeah.
hair on top of your head, but an awesome beard. How about that?
I always tell people it's because I got taller than I was supposed to. Yeah. My hair was supposed to, my head was supposed to be here.
Okay.
And then it grew higher. So I exhausted the capacity of my hair
How
growing abilities.
is everybody? Okay, you chit chat with our friends.
I want to welcome Erica. How are you doing? Thank you for watching today. Karen is live with us as well. Today is hot. Is anybody else in Lubbock, Texas wondering what the heck happened? How is it 100 degrees every day? Every time you walk outside, it's like the weather scored perfect on a pops quiz. It's just 100, 100, 100 every single day. It
So
has been
true.
way too hot. Like, I am not happy about it whatsoever. And I'm not one of those people that says, oh, I can't wait till it cools off, because everyone says that. They complain about how hot it is when it's hot, and then the same people complain about how cold it is when it's cold. I just complain about the heat. I don't mind the cold because you can always put clothes on and cover up to stay warm.
Okay.
But when you're hot, you are just hot. Because you can only take off so many clothes before it's a criminal charge. There's only so much you can do before someone is offended.
I love it.
Ruben, what's going on, man? Thank you for watching today. We love you.
We love you.
That's it. You got the I love you, the one I love you from me today. That's it.
I love your guys' relationship.
That's all
I
he
love
gets
how
from
you
me.
guys like banter back and forth. Father-son relationship.
You think it's father-son? I think it's more like big brother, little brother, or like bully victim.
No, because that's how you treat your kids.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a shot or a comment.
You're just super playful, and you do that with people you really love and
do.
like. So that's for real.
I do.
And you when you pick at him like in a fun way. That's how I know.
I believe this. I believe that if I don't pick on the people I love, someone who doesn't love them will.
Oh wow.
And that always hurts more, because when someone who doesn't love you means what
get
they
out
say.
in front of it.
Yeah, and I want for them to hear all the good ones. I'm pretty witty. I think I can get out some pretty good, jabs at people. So I want to give them the best ones they've ever heard. So when someone else tells them some half-thought, half-witted insult, it doesn't even scratch the surface, because I've given them the Miyagi training on insults.
No, I don't think you insult him. I think you guys are super playful.
No, I totally pick on him. Like last week, the
That's
Pringle
why I know
socks were
he
totally for him.
Yeah, but you're sweet about it. I wouldn't let you just be rude
Oh, I'm
or
not
mean.
mean to him. I jab. Just,
I notice guys do that with each other. I don't
why do
know
you think guys do that?
I don't know. I think it's weird.
Why do you think we do that? Why don't girls do it more?
Because it comes off rude and insensitive and like mean girling somebody.
Do you think so?
Yes, you don't do that.
It's only mean girling if you don't do something that's like, you've got to be funny enough to make
honestly,
the other person laugh.
It's for girls, it's like a sign of insecurity in her. Like for girls, because I think girls by nature can be really competitive. They're jealous. There's a lot of comparison that goes on with girls, unfortunately. and false rooting for each other, that if to say something to somebody else, it's almost like to try to lift you up to put them down. So girls, it's not a good look for girls to do
Yeah,
that.
see, guys aren't that deep about it. We just say
You
it.
don't think there's like a deep down rootedness of that
No.
when guys do it to each other?
No. If your
I hope
head is
not.
shaped like a can, it's shaped like a can because it is. I'm just going to tell you. Like, we're friends, I
Can you
can tell
imagine?
you.
But
hey, bro,
a girl like.
put a lid on your can. You know what I mean? Like, if that's
I
just
want
what
to
it
know
is.
what y'all think about that. Like, if the guys who are watching, the girls who are watching, yeah, that's crazy.
Why?
Cause like a girl, I mean, girls do things that way, but cannot get away with it and it be interpreted as she's just being funny. That's like not having a filter, not having couth, not having like some savviness about you, being unpolite, ill-mannered, rude. I don't want to be friends with that girl.
I think that's why guys never really ask other guys what they're thinking, because we always say it. Like, our thoughts are a little more random, and they're just like, man, well, you know, that looks weird, and you just say it. And then you don't have to wonder what I'm thinking because I just said it. So, like, that never you never hear two guys hanging out together saying, so what's on your mind? Like, we don't do that. Because we just say it.
Why are we so different? Well, listen, before we get into that topic, because that's a really great question. Why are guys and girls so different?
That's hilarious.
But before we do, we're going to say welcome to Right Now. Actually, let's talk
right
now. I was thinking
Let's talk
Right Now
right
Church.
now.
I know. Let's talk right now. Yeah, so we're wanting to answer what?
I don't know. Josh Delgado just said that his biggest bully is 2 years old, and she's a tough one.
Oh, dang.
Karen pointed out a really interesting point. She said, I don't think most women don't do it, but young girls do. And that's true.
That's true.
The teenage girls nowadays.
That's so true. They're
And I blame rap
ruthless.
music. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really. I don't. I think the rise of social media and comedy is what's created that atmosphere for people to say. Everybody looks for the shock factor.
Okay.
Like, shock factor is funny for me. Whenever somebody says the outlandish thing that everyone else in the room knows better than to say, and they say
Or they're
it.
thinking it, but they're just not saying it.
Yeah, and so they say it, and then, because that's what comedy is. Comedy presents ideas in a way that everyone has thought of, but because everyone has, because I saw that, because everyone has thought of it but couldn't express it, then finally someone comes along and can express an idea in a humorous way, and that's what makes people laugh.
I mean, is there a difference between like just being, like telling the truth and just, you know, and then just not having not having a filter and just being rude?
I don't know. I don't think it's rude. I don't. But I don't take things that serious. Like, unless somebody tells me they're in a serious conversation with me, I'm usually taking everything pretty lightly. So I think it's more on the recipient.
I wonder how God feels with all of our personalities and that dealing with all of us. Makes me think about that, you know? Because, like, typically you go through life trying to find the right people to be your people who you can be different, because obviously you don't want a bunch of yous running around. You want people who have different personalities, different people opinions. You don't want, like, yes man and no man guys, but yet you want to like each other and be, like, you know? But then, like, we're all trying to find our group of people.
One of my favorite prophets in the Bible is Amos.
Well,
And do you want to know why Amos the prophet is my favorite one?
Why?
Because he opens up his ministry, and this is what he says to the people he's talking to. You fat cows. I love that. Like, sign me up for that ministry.
What?
Yes, I would serve on his board.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, fat cows. He called them fat cows.
No.
Yeah. Jesus told people they were spiritually constipated.
Dang.
This is the way he said it. You swallow a camel, strain out a gnat. What do you think he's talking about? You can eat a whole camel, but you can't let out a gnat? Constipated. Greedy.
Oh
Love
my
it.
God. But Jesus wasn't walking around just telling people they were constipated.
He told them
Well, but
in a really long
but
sermon.
it was like,
And toward the end, so they were going to remember that one. So, like, that'd be like me ending a sermon. You're all fat cows. Love you. See you next week. Like, you know what I mean? Now, he said it in the purpose of teaching, but he still used it as a point.
dang.
Flat out calling people hypocrites.
I
He was honest.
don't like to.
But he wasn't mean. but he was direct. I like it.
So Ruben says, yeah, oh yeah, when you're on the level of picking at each other and no one gets their feelings hurt, that's a bond. See,
Yes.
girls, maybe there are girls that can do that with each other. I stray away from that. You want to know why? Because you don't ever know what you're going to get with another female, okay? You don't know.
Because girls are just more complicated than guys
You have
are.
to be like for real, like know each
Let's
other.
start that battle.
Like my best friend Valerie and I we can tell each other the truth, but we know we have each other's back. We love each other, and I would never say anything that would be intentionally to hurt her. So if she took it in a way that would hurt her, she'd talk to me about it before she just assumed, and vice versa.
Most people get their feelings hurt
Okay.
because they either are in a mood or assume someone else is. When two people can joke with each other, it's kind of like, and I think it goes back to this. You know what it is? Guys play fight
Or if
and
it's their
shadow box,
personality.
and girls don't. Guys play fight and shadow box. So like we can be in what would look like a fight to someone else, but we know we're not punching at full strength and hitting at full strength. We're just making contact just to let the other person know this is where I'm at. I'm here, and I could have hit you if I wanted to. So I think because we do that, our banter is the same thing. Like I'm saying things, but nothing's being said to hurt your feelings. It's just like comedy. And for me, I've always found this. If I can laugh about something.
Like a roast, when people do roasts.
No, I think roasts are mean sometimes.
Yeah, I think I could never do that.
Did you watch the Tom Brady roast
No,
that just came out recently?
I would
Did anyone else watch the Tom Brady roast?
Were they mean?
They weren't mean to Tom Brady. They were more mean about, what was the guy's name that he ended up dying. I can't remember his name now.
Recently?
The tight end from the Patriots.
Recently? Anybody know in the comments? Put it in the chat.
Oh, I can't remember
Mr.
his
Harvey
name. If I
can't
didn't have to
remember
think of his name, I would remember it. But anyway, he was a serial. He had killed many people, and he ended up in prison. And in prison, he took his own life.
Oh, Joshua.
No.
Oh.
And and because of that, but they brought that up at the roast, like Hernandez. Hernandez was his last name. That's right. Thank you very much.
What did he do?
And was it
kill
Josh
people?
Hernandez? No, it wasn't.
Something Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez.
Hernandez.
It's another prophet, not Josh.
Wow.
But yeah, that roast was mean, but kind of like roasting. I just think it's funny, and I just think that but I do know that it can hurt people's feelings at times. But we'll move right along from that.
That's my sign. When I'm ready to move, would that be rude for me to go? If you're talking, be like,
It wouldn't hurt my feelings as long as if you get to pick when you do that, then I get to pick when I do it too.
No, because it would hurt my feelings.
You see what I'm saying? That's what it is.
No, that's what I'm saying. It hurt my feelings, but it doesn't hurt your feelings.
See,
and I think that's funny because I think you can handle that. But if you're like that to me,
You don't like it.
no.
But why did you even change your hand motion? Like for me, you did this. When you imagined me doing it, you said like this.
Yeah,
Because
because you have done that. You're like,
How do you respond to that?
I don't know. How do I respond?
Lovingly,
love you.
lovingly and Christ-like. Sulin, thank you for joining us. How are you doing?
Listen,
so glad to
tag
have
share.
you.
We are going to announce a winner.
Oh, I haven't even shared
at the
yet.
end.
I've tagged, but I haven't shared.
To announce the people of last week who tagged 10 people, and they're going to get to pick.
Way to go, Sulin, posting Aaron Hernandez.
She
Way to
knew.
know stuff.
She knows a lot of things. She's smart. Oh, last night it was so cool. We had a group life orientation, and I asked the question, and she knew the answer. I was so proud of her. Love you, girl.
You also asked her one that she didn't know. She gave the wrong answer.
She didn't.
Yeah, I want to just be fair.
She could do no wrong.
If we're taking scores, if we're going to score the
She
goals,
could
we
do no
got to score
wrong.
the fouls.
Wait, but so we're going to announce a winner towards the end of
Hey,
this
Griselle,
episode
thank you for watching.
because you put in the chat room last week.
This
10
your
people
disciple.
You tagged.
This your disciple right here.
Yeah.
The only reason she knows Aaron Hernandez is because he is cute.
Who said that?
Sulin.
Oh, she said that?
Yeah. Well, and off. Never mind. I'm gonna leave it alone. See, I had another joke right there, but he's not alive anymore, so
it's
it probably
inappropriate.
wouldn't be a good one.
Okay, got you.
See, I have limits.
Okay.
I have limits.
Well, how's your day been today, sir?
My day has been all right.
All right.
Fan all right.
Okay.
It's been all right. How about you?
It's been good.
Yeah?
It's been
Good. That's what people always say, huh?
Like,
Good.
Good.
You know, I want to say this before we get into some questions. I want to say this. And by the way, we didn't say that. If you have it, you might have said it and I wasn't listening. But if you have any questions, anything you'd like to ask us, we're here for that. Feel free to send in your question and we will answer it, okay?
Yes.
I want to ask you a question because you've got to be one of the nicest people I know.
Aww.
Like you're one of the kind, and I'm not flirting with you or trying, if it works, I'll take it.
Okay.
But you have to be one of the nicest people I know. And I have this problem with me when it comes to greeting people.
Okay.
Okay. I don't like when people I don't know ask me how I'm doing.
Really?
Yeah, like when you see someone walking in the store, how's it going? How's it going? Like you don't even have time to talk about it. Why are you asking me that?
Because I don't think it's like literal. It's just a gesture, like a gesture to welcome, to say hi to somebody. How are you?
But it takes more effort to
What would
say
you
how's
say?
it
Hi.
going? Hi.
And then like,
That's it.
how's your life, or what do you ask?
Just
Like,
hi. We're passing by each other.
Oh.
Why are you asking me how's it? I'm talking about passing by. You're like,
I don't think I
get it all the time.
happens.
Hey, how's it going? Hey, what's up? Like, yeah, even that one. How are you? Hey, how are you? Like, you don't care because you're leaving, like right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just going to walk by me. We're in the grocery store. We're not going to stand here. And I think the next person that asks me, how are you? I'm just going to go on a gamut of things that are going wrong in my life. And if they walk away, I'm going to follow them until they hear everything.
They're not going to believe we're pastors.
I believe they will. I am a real pastor.
Fat cows.
And I'm a real person. Both of them. Fat cows in the Bible, not my words. I didn't call anyone a fat cow, but that would have been hilarious if someone would have clicked on at exactly that precise moment. Fat cows. Yeah. That would have been hilarious. That's a good movie.
Probably did.
That, and you know what another awkward place to say hello to people is?
Where?
Is at funerals.
That's hard.
Because most people, when you go to a funeral, you see people you haven't seen in a while. And when you see someone you haven't seen in a while, most people's go-to greeting is good to see you. Like, how's it going? Good to see you.
At funerals?
Or you get excited. No, period. That's what you do. And you don't have this, like, so when you're at a funeral, you can't help it, especially like when you haven't seen someone in a long time. So good to see you. You better stop it. It's so good to see you. And it's not. We're at a funeral. So I have implemented this. When I'm at a funeral and I see someone I haven't seen in a long time, I just say, hi. Hi.
I don't know. I think sometimes it's just manners. I don't know. You know what? That's so true. Culture faux pas, cultural norms, why people do things.
We're speaking French.
Understand. I don't know.
Cultural faux pas? What is that?
Culture faux pas.
Oh, culture. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
culture. What do you think I said? I said
don't know.
culture.
I thought it was
Culture faux pas.
Je parle un peu de français. So I didn't know. I thought you said something I didn't know in French. But yeah, I don't know. At funerals, and it felt awkward the first time I did it. I've been to several funerals, and I decided at one, I said, you know what, I felt so awkward because I saw someone, and I said, oh my God, how are you doing? Like, and it's obvious how they're doing. Someone we love has just passed away, and I should be kind of doing the same way, you know what I mean? But it didn't, I was happy to see them. At the same time, I was sad about where I was. And if I would have been like, hey, like that would have seemed disingenuous because I was happy to see them. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to start saying, hi, hi. And it didn't feel right the first few times. Like I felt like I needed to say something else, but hi.
Really sleepy right now.
It's because the fan's hitting you and you've got white noise.
I feel like, yeah.
Take a nap. It's okay. I got this.
Totally relaxed.
Take a nap, babe. I got this.
Literally, I feel so relaxed. I'm like, what is going on?
So do you have any 4th of July plans? I mean, I should know because we're married, but.
Be with you. That's it. I want to sleep in. And I want to eat something yummy.
I want a barbecue, but.
I want to eat something yummy.
I can barbecue.
Maybe. No, because I don't want to clean up all that mess, so no.
I'll just do everything outside. I'll bring nothing inside.
Okay, that'd be great. It's so hot. Barbecue. No, not barbecue. Eat, and I think I just want to have some solitude. Isn't that crazy?
It's 4th of July is not made for solitude.
I really think I want solitude. I think I want all y'all can leave the house for a little bit.
We just got put out. You could cook and leave. That's what she told me.
I just give me some
okay.
sausage.
As long as I get paid like a private, like a personal chef, I'm willing to do that.
Okay, yeah. And then just everybody leave. And then I can just be myself for a little bit. I don't get quiet time. I don't get alone time. I don't get me time. I haven't probably in a couple of weeks. I need a little soul care. And so 4th of July will be my day of soul care. And then later in the evening, be around people that I love and hang out and do when it's cooler.
So you want to send us out when it's hot?
Yes.
You stay inside.
Yes.
And then come back and be around you when it's cooled off outside.
Sure do.
When we're sunburned and tired.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm glad that works for you.
I mean, I'm being honest. You asked me what.
I really wanted to know.
You actually didn't ask me what I wanted to do. You asked me what
That's
am I
what were
doing?
your plans?
I have no plans.
But it sounds like you're making me leave the house.
I have technically no plans.
Okay. I want to cook.
What do you guys think? All right, let's get into some questions.
Ow.
Oh, sorry. Let's get into some questions. We got one?
No.
See, Imelda says, I want that too. That sounds amazing, actually. I know, right? Just peace and quiet, the AC on, just cuddled in my bed for a little bit. And then when I'm ready to get up, I'll have something to eat, some sausage and maybe some brisket, mashed potatoes or something.
I'm not smoking the brisket. That would take way too long.
And then everything's gone. Then I
Smoking
can
the
clean
brisket
the
this
house
weekend.
the way I like it cleaned, so it smells good.
You're going to stay in there and
fresh.
clean on 4th of July?
Yes, and
Oh my
then
gosh.
everything's be nice and clean, organized, house peaceful and quiet. Then we'll leave that night and do fireworks. That's what I want to do.
So you want for us to leave the house
Yes.
so you can clean?
Yes.
Deal.
Yep.
Boy, I'm telling you what, this is shaping up to be a pretty good 4th of July.
But I want to eat first. I want to sleep in. I want to eat.
Breakfast?
I want breakfast and I want lunch.
That's eating twice. You're adding to this list.
I want to eat in the morning. I want to eat in the afternoon.
How about you just get a big breakfast cooked for you and you save it and eat the rest of it at lunch?
Nah. I don't know. We'll see.
You want a whole separate meal? I'm
I want a
down.
whole separate meal.
I'm down for you cleaning while we're gone.
I'm not saying I will clean, but I may want to. And if I want to, then I can have peace and quiet in the house.
How do you call it peace and quiet if you blast music while you clean?
Because it's what I want to hear.
Wow. So my wife doesn't want to hear me. She's literally willing to listen to strangers full
Listen,
blast.
I'm under the influence of the warm air, and I'm super comfortable, and I'm feeling sleepy. It's like when we were dating, and I would be real sleepy, and I'd kind of say anything and everything. That's kind of how I'm feeling. Woo, relaxed.
I was a perfect gentleman.
You were no, I mean over the phone. I guess you
I
should
know.
have said that.
Yeah, you should have said that. Over the phone. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, let's ask a question. Let's go. Do we have one?
I don't have a question yet.
What? Put a question in the comments.
Yeah, I don't have a question yet. That's why I've been making conversation with you. It's like,
What?
yeah, that's why I've been talking to you.
Okay, well, let's find a question. Question is, ready? Mm-hmm. Drum roll. I don't think you need a question for a drum roll. All right. Wait,
I'm going to drive Daniel crazy right here.
don't do that.
Sounds cool. He likes it.
Okay. Let's ask some fun questions to each other.
I'm ready.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. Let me find it real fast. Just kidding. There's one coming. What is making you feel alive lately?
Breathing.
What is making you feel alive lately? No. No, like literally, like what? No, I know breathing makes you feel alive. What is making you feel alive lately? Like what's sparking your life, giving you
have
joy?
all my sparks.
No, okay, don't be
You're
corny
the
with
spark
me.
plug to
no,
my
like
life.
what aside from me, what is making you feel alive lately? Anything?
Honestly, really, there's a couple of things. Number one, I started working out again. Like I got back in the gym, and that's huge. Like that's really, it makes me feel good about myself. And it's also been a great time with my son.
Okay.
And then just some of the things that are happening with church and the ministry, you know. Last night, you know, the group life orientation that we had, like, man, I was just, it shot me from here. Not from here, I was here, it shot me here. Awesome. After that, just to see people ready and willing to say, hey, we want a part of this. That's awesome. Like, so those three things.
What was your first impression of me?
She's hot.
Really?
Yeah. First thing I thought, hot.
Thanks, honey.
Yes, it's very hot today though, so.
Okay, last question. What? No. Oh, these are good questions, but I don't know if I want to, which ones I want to ask you.
I'm assuming this is a question that Sulain sent, but
okay.
It doesn't have a question mark, so I can't acknowledge it as thus.
Do you? No, I can't answer this question either. Okay, I can't ask anymore because some of these are not appropriate. There are a couple questions.
You don't have any confidence in my ability to
I just
finagle the question and make it appropriate?
Yeah, I don't want to make it. I don't want to try to go there. Okay.
Where do you want to go?
Where? Yeah. Okay.
I want to know now.
No.
I want the question.
Yeah, no, I can't. Okay, go ahead. They have some simple questions, but then they have some deeper adult-like questions.
We got this first question. I want to know what the question is. I got one right here. It says, how can a couple get through a difficult time?
How can a couple get through a difficult time? Let me hear you first.
Ladies first.
Okay. Well, I think it depends on the situation, number one, because I think there's some scenarios that play out in couples and relationships that need extra help for the extra people. I think counseling is important. I think communication is important, but a lot of times people who are struggling in their relationships is because they lack good communication skills, right? So the question again is,
how can a couple get through a difficult time?
So I think you've got to find the reasons why you're together to begin with. Because I think when you can begin to find common ground, you stop looking at each other as the enemy.
Okay.
When you're at odds and you don't agree about something, intrinsically you're seeing each other as the op, right? That's what this generation calls it. And so you have to begin to find your way back to why you're in this relationship, what you like about that person, because it's, you know, have you ever realized that the very things that you loved about the person when you first met them now become the very things that you dislike and get on your nerves later on in life?
No.
Well, that happens a lot with couples.
But
the very
yes.
thing, yeah, because you thought, oh, that was cute, or you know, you kind of tolerate some of those things at the beginning, but then years later, down the road, you begin to, those very same things that you thought were cute or that you could tolerate at the beginning become things that you can't tolerate anymore. So you have to go back to the starting place. I think any couple that wants to get through anything has to go back. That's why, you know, Pastor Javi mentioned it once before. That's why we watch our anniversary video so that we can relive, at least for me too. Like, and that, to be honest, there have been times that I've watched it without you. Maybe you were getting on my nerves and I needed to be reminded that day. Or I just want to remember that feeling. I want to remember what it was like. And remember not to lose sight of that. So my spiritual counsel and advice is, depending on the situation, sometimes you've got to reach out for help and seek out counsel, whether it's spiritual counselor, pastors, leaders that you trust, an actual therapist. But I think too, don't get so fixated on the problem, be concerned with the person. And you know, there's a reason. If somebody's hurting people hurt others, even the people that you love the most and the closest to you, particularly your spouse. There may be something deeper that's happening. So before you go into attack mode, before you begin to go into accusation mode, maybe consider where they are, and remember why you chose that person to begin with. I think it just grounds you, and you don't get so much. You're not seeing this person as the enemy. You remember that that person is your friend, because the reality is sometimes we treat our friends better than we do our spouses. Sometimes we treat our friends better than we do our family members, because you almost know that there's this kind of boundary that you kind of set that you know you can't cross it, so you don't take that for granted. But with family and couples, we cross it all the time. We know that, we assume that person's gonna be there all the time. We don't think that person's gonna leave. That's your person. You can tell them what you want and what you feel, and you take that for granted, and so you mistreat them. And so get counsel, seek out counsel and help. Go back to the basics of why you're with that person, you love them, so that you guys can be on common ground, so that you can talk to each other about how you feel and what's going on in your relationship. And it's just a matter of working it out. Sometimes the issue is that you have one person who wants to work it out and the other person doesn't know how or won't. And that's challenging.
I think the most important, fantastic answer, by the way. So, I feel like one of the most important things, I believe everything you said is valid and is true. I also think, to add to that whenever you're angry or another person's angry or something, maybe the situation is just difficult and both of you are uncertain about how to navigate it, and one person needs a plan while another person doesn't know. And because they don't know, they'd rather just say, hold on, like, I don't want to have to make a decision on this yet or commit to anything yet, because the reality is we could get started on a plan and then this situation could just go away, could fix itself, you know what I mean? Or, something else could be resolved, and then now we're into this plan and we're committed to the plan. And sometimes you're in that situation where someone else needs to know the plan, and another person is waiting to figure out the plan. And that creates this tension at times when a situation is difficult. Now, if it's a difficulty between two people, I think the most important thing to do is, if you get angry and you're upset, get to a point where you can be at ease and you can calm down
yourself,
and then listen with the purpose of understanding.
That's so true.
A lot of times we listen to each other so we can hear where the other person might be wrong, so that we can then prove our point. I call it listening with your mouth open. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm listening to you, but I'm listening to you because I'm thinking about what I'm going to say next and how to cut up what you just said. Listen for the purpose of understanding, because when you can understand the other person's perspective, it doesn't mean that you're going to agree with them. It just means, okay, then I can see why their attitude might be what it is. It doesn't excuse the attitude. It just gives understanding as to why they may be having one. Yeah. Like, a lot of times I don't need any, listen, I'm a very passionate person when I speak. I talk loud as it is. And so I can come across angry, and then I'll be honest, like, there's times when I'm thinking through something that I know there's a problem, but I'm not quite sure what it is yet. I just know there's one, and there's something I don't like, but I haven't tacked down what I don't like. I just know there's something around the house, you know what I mean? And so because of that, it'll affect my face. It'll affect my voice. It'll make me want to kind of just be isolated and recluse. And it's not because I'm angry with any person per se. It's because there's something going on, but I don't know what it is yet. Like, I just know there's some things that I just haven't anchored down on it yet. And when I'm in that place, everything can bother me.
No. Okay.
And so, like, it's not because you bother me, it's because you're bothering me right now, but it's because something's bothering me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, and because I have been a person for a lot of years that really just didn't deal with my feelings. Like, I just didn't. I always figured, what's the point? Like, I got to keep going anyway. Yeah. Like, because I don't know if this problem or person is going to be in my life tomorrow, but one thing I know pretty certainly is that tomorrow's coming. You know what I mean? So I might as well just be ready to deal with tomorrow. And so I think giving people place to be in a situation for a moment until they figure out how to articulate how they feel, because the worst feeling in the world is to try to explain how you feel and not be able to, because it makes you feel defenseless. That's true. You know, like, it just makes you feel, and then on top of not being able to express how you feel, being misunderstood And then I think one of the most important things to do in a difficult time is don't try to, I used to do this with you when we first got together, because I try to put everything in this box to understand it. And I need to just know, okay, that's pretty much this, and then I can move on, you know? Don't try to explain the other person's feelings for them. Like, if they don't have an explanation for them yet, then you just don't know. Like, just love them. You don't know. Like, don't say, well, you're just mad. I might not be mad. I might just be hurt. I might just be hungry. Like, so don't put your explanation on the feelings for me, because then that could be talking me out of my real feelings, you know?
Okay. Good.
I hope that's an answer for somebody. If not, you know, it sure did go on for a while. So, my apologies.
Yeah, I was like, it was a good answer.
Again, you're shushing me today.
I'm not shushing you.
It's okay, my feelings aren't hurt. I like when you treat me that way.
Why?
Because it shows comfort.
To be.
Yeah.
That is so interesting.
To me, it communicates that you know me, you love me. You're not afraid of making me angry. And when you're not afraid of making someone angry, it usually makes the other person less opportune to be angry.
I really do think, back to the very beginning, that there are just some social norms that I don't even think we realize we do while we do them. And all these internal feelings of, you know, I think sometimes, totally off topic here, but.
We don't have one, so it's okay.
It's okay. Like, I think in pastoring, I think that's one of the challenges, because you don't ever know how somebody's going to respond to you. And as a pastor, you're deemed in a certain light, which you should.
Yeah, no, it's true. Facts.
But a lot of times you're not really allowed to be human, and there's not a lot of margin to make mistakes. And people don't give you as much grace as they expect from you to them, and understanding and patience and kindness. So I think a lot of times, without even realizing it, there's this internal, you know, like, not behave well, like I'm not performing, but like, because a lot of it is who I am, but you don't always know what you can and cannot say in response to somebody else misinterpreting who you are and judging you as a pastor because of that. Like, earlier today, I was watching a podcast of somebody else, of some former pastors, who the husband had an affair on the wife, and now they're going through this process of counseling, and they have been for the last 4 or 5 years, and this podcast is really great. You're kind of just hearing into their life and heart, and their kids, like, who are like 14, maybe 16, 18, and the kids are like cursing while they're having a conversation, and the dad's like, yeah, that's beautiful. And for some people, cursing is not a bad thing. Me, in my mind, it's like this major faux pas, you know, it's a bad word. And so I don't, you know, I mean, not that I've never have, I'm not gonna say that, but it's like, yeah, so when you hear it, you see what I'm saying? And like, that's just, like, there's just certain things that somebody listening into that could be like, oh, that's, you know, why are they cussing? And for them, they're just expressing how they feel.
They're just expressing how they feel, and that's the word they have to do it.
Yeah, so it's just, I don't know what made me think of that, and you're talking about working out relationships or couples or whatever, but because you said you're comfortable with me doing this?
Yeah.
I'm not shushing you, by the way.
You're telling me to change the subject?
No, I'm saying it's going too long. You're talking too much.
That sounds like a shush to me. I mean, wow.
I'm just saying.
Wow.
You said you liked it. You liked it.
I do like it. I just don't like that you're doing it telling me you're not.
Oh,
I love that you do it if you know you're doing it, but don't do it and tell me you're not doing it.
What do you mean?
Because you're shushing me, and when I said you're shushing me, I'm not.
I'm not shushing.
You are.
Well, I'm not trying to shush you.
Do you know what this means in music?
Means like, be
you know
quiet.
What this means in music?
I'm just saying this.
Do you know what this means in music?
Stop?
Rest.
Rest. Okay.
That means stop making sounds. That's what it means. When the conductor does this.
Dang, I'm so sorry.
They're telling everyone.
Be quiet.
No noise.
So that would be another word of shush.
It would.
I'm so sorry.
No, I don't care.
I was just saying.
I just was only bothered when you were doing it, saying you weren't doing it.
Well, I didn't mean that. I didn't
then
know
tried to talk me into you doing something else.
See, that's what happens with couples.
What happens?
That you misunderstand. See, all the things.
I didn't misunderstand. You misunderstood you.
I didn't misunderstand. I'm just saying couples couples do that.
You just told me couples misunderstand. No, ma'am, you singularly misunderstood yourself.
Well, okay, I misunderstood myself.
But it doesn't bother me. I like it. I like when we can play.
I wasn't trying to shush you. I was just saying you're too much.
It doesn't get better, babe.
Okay. At least I can be honest with you. What do y'all think? Tell us, those of you watching. If you're joining us now, welcome to Let's Talk Right Now. We're just talking about all the things, anything that you want to talk about. We want to talk about having conversation about all the fun, random topics. I love it.
We had, this isn't a question, it's just a comment saying that, girl, ain't that the truth? So I'm gonna say, girl, ain't that the truth? Pastoring is viewed through a microscope by everyone. Yeah. I think here's the reason though, and I don't get frustrated with people because they have an expectation of the way I should behave.
Real talk.
Okay, cool. I just don't want to have to apologize because I didn't meet your expectation of me. Because someone else, and I don't say that in a rude way, I'm saying it in a, that's just the way it is way. I'm not going to apologize for not meeting someone else's unspoken expectation of who I am. And even if the expectation is spoken, I have the right to agree or disagree with that. No one else's expectation of me has the right to usurp what is between me and the Lord. And so I don't mind when people have a certain expectation of me as a pastor. The reason they have that expectation, I'm not saying it's correct for them to have it. I'm not saying it's incorrect. I'm not saying it's healthy or unhealthy. I understand why they have it. You call a pastor usually because you need help. You call a pastor because you want answers. So if you're used to coming to me for the answers, then that means you automatically assume I have the answers. And you can run into the habit of thinking I have the answers to everything. And so your expectation of me is going to be to always know what to say, to always know how to behave, and to always know what to do. I know you're patting me because you want me to stop. I'm just not done finishing my thought.
We're past
I know
our
what time it is, and I'm aware. So I'm going to finish my thought, and then it'll be brief, and then we can be gone. Because if we're in that big of a hurry, I'll just walk away.
No.
Okay, all right.
I want to get to the prize. The door.
Oh, yeah, the prize. She shushed me for the prize. No, but it's just okay. It's okay for people to feel that way. But also understand at the same time that just because you feel that way doesn't mean that I have to oblige that. And I think if I had to live under that pressure, then that would affect the kind of pastor that I can be.
That's true.
So, and like I said, I'm not calling you wrong or right for feeling that way. I'm just saying I'm not subjected to that.
But what does that mean when people say put some respect on that?
You wouldn't, that's not the correct context, but it's put some respect on my name is what that is, and I'm not telling anyone to do that.
I'm the worst at stuff like that.
It's one of the things I love about you.
Golly.
I think you're so cute. It's why you can say some things to me that other people wouldn't get away with, because you didn't mean it as an insult. Put some respect on my name is like what you say.
Like what you're saying. Put some respect on that. That's what I'm saying. But I don't.
Stand on business is what you say to that. Yeah, stand on business.
I like to say something like because I have no idea what it means, but that's probably not good.
Yeah, like. You didn't.
I didn't know that meant shush. Okay. All right. So listen, the deal was lastly, before we end this podcast, this session, this episode of Let's Talk. Real quick, I forgot to put a plug in. Want to give thanks to our corporate sponsors, Dork Productions.
Dork Productions. Get a dork.
That's right. And so we love you. We thank you. All your needs for videography, camera work.
For all your fun, memorable, and media moments.
Yes.
Get a dork.
Get a dork. And
hey, good morning, yo.
So we want to give a prize. So the stipulations were last week you had to have tagged 10 friends, put them in the chat, make sure you shared as well. And the last stipulation was, because you're like, you got this, you have to be on, you got to be watching, because if you're not on watching right now, you won't win it. So ready?
Go.
Ready? So wait.
You want a drum roll again?
No, drum roll. No, don't hit that. I'm going to do my number generator. Are you ready?
Her handy dandy.
I'm gonna do the number. You're gonna see the person's name. If they don't respond in 30 seconds or less, we're moving
What
on to the
number?
next
What
person.
name?
I gave you names and numbers. Ready?
Oh.
One,
I'm
two,
supposed to keep those.
3. Yes. Number is number 1. Who's number 1?
Melissa Archuleta.
Melissa. No, that was Melissa Courtney.
Melissa Courtney.
Melissa Courtney. Is Melissa Courtney on?
I don't know.
She's got 30 seconds. 30 seconds on the clock. We can't tag
29.
her. Okay, no,
Do I do the
don't
countdown?
count. No,
Oh,
please
okay.
don't do that.
So what are we gonna do now?
I'm gonna get the next person ready.
22.
Okay. And then whoever that person is, our production team will let us know when 30 seconds is over. So maybe we're down to 20 maybe.
No, we're way past 20. We're
Okay,
around
we're on
14.
15.
Huh? I was close.
Okay, 10. Wow.
Has she come up? You're not even watching to see if she's on yet.
Have you? Come on, I don't see her yet. See, it pays to stay on. You gotta stay on.
Time.
Watch it. It's time. Okay, the next person is person number 3.
Person number 3 is Tabitha.
Tabitha, are you on, Tabitha? I didn't see Tabitha at all. You get 20 seconds. We're just gonna keep
God. I'm gonna text you 10 seconds because I ain't seen you.
25 seconds.
That's good. Text her to 10. It's
No,
okay.
25, 'cause I gotta go down
10.
5
I like
increments,
that.
okay?
12. We're on 12 now.
All right, so yeah, love it. Listen, next week we're gonna do it, not this week, but the following week, next week, we're gonna do another door prize. So make sure you're ready.
Is it
Make
a
sure
door
you're
prize
on.
if there's no door?
A giveaway. It's a giveaway. Door prize giveaway. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
A giveaway. And
Time.
it's simple. Okay, next person. I'll let them know real fast.
I have a really good internal clock.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I have a
Number
really
2.
good internal clock.
Let's go. Who's number 2?
Number 2 is Anthony.
Anthony, are you on, Anthony? Well, if nobody's on, I'm saving this for next week. Okay, we're gonna give it away to some new people. Well, if nobody is on that did this last week, then we'll let everybody today go ahead and be entered before we end.
Okay.
And then they can be for the next week. So we'll do 2 back to back. How about
Okay.
that? Is Anthony on? Do you see Anthony?
I'm
Anthony,
not looking.
5 more seconds, Anthony.
I'm not looking.
Come on, I don't see Anthony. Okay. All right, here we go. I already said 3, right?
Yes.
Number 6.
Karen.
Karen won! Woo!
Go ahead, Karen. It's your birthday.
Go
Get busy.
Karen.
Go, Karen.
Doot doot. We need some music for that next time too. Doot doot. I don't know what that is.
Daniel, I don't know what do.
All right. So at Karen, you will win a $10 gift card to your coffee place of choice. So let us know, Karen. Is it going to be Starbucks? Is it going to be 7 Brews? Is it going to be
Dutch Bros?
Let us know. Or, if you like McDonald's coffee, we could do that too. Sometimes it's the Sonic Cafe. I don't know the place that
Starbucks. Done.
Okay,
Sold.
Starbucks. All right, Karen. Woo, 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 woo. All right.
Meow, meow, meow.
Yeah. We love you guys. We're so glad you tuned in with us this episode of Let's Talk Right Now. We love you. And
We
like
love you
we
guys.
always say,
Go be the church.
Be the church. Love you. See you next week.